I know, it's been another 2 weeks since I posted a video. You guys are probably thinking I'm getting lazy working on the Iron 6. That is definitely not the case. Things are getting done. It's just these days right now, it's at a much slower pace. I can assure you I am anything but lazy. I just have a lot going on. So I'm not being lazy. I'm doing a lot of other things right now. But I'm not being lazy. Let's get you guys caught up. We're outside my house. Okay, why are we outside my house? Because I want to explain something to you quickly. When my wife was like, you know what? Buy yourself that Mustang.
Yes!
There's actually a deal that took place. I was gonna get the Mustang for myself, and at some point in the not too distant future, I was gonna have to build my wife or expand our patio. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but all of this last week, I've been digging a lot of dirt, putting stone down, getting ready to expand our patio. So even though this work isn't directly on the Iron 6, it is part of the package deal for the Iron 6. Okay, so now that you guys understand that, let's go back to the garage. Okay, so what did I actually get done this week on the car? Well, got the door off. And those things are way heavier than expected. Move into the doors because it's my understanding it's better to do the doors first, because once you have the doors taken care of and properly aligned on the car, any repair work you do to the quarter panels, that kind of stuff, has to line up with the door lines. So that's the approach I'm taking. The first thing I'm gonna do before I actually take the door off the car is see if I can get it better aligned. See, the bottom sticks out a little bit here and it's in up here. So I just want to make sure I can fix that and there isn't something else going on here that I don't know about. So let's do that first. I've never actually adjusted a door, but I have watched a few videos. I have it moving some. That is already much better than it was. This alignment looks to be much better. I really don't know how close you can get these older Mustangs, but it definitely closes much better. All that being said, we're gonna pop it off, start making repairs. Yes? You agree? Agree, Noah? Let's do it. Here's a look-see at all this. Not sure what would be considered typical, what to be expected rust in these areas, but that's what we have. I mean, at first glance, it doesn't look too bad to me. So, anywho. There's something strangely therapeutic about this. Don't know what it is, but I like it. What do you think? Does that hinge need rebuilt, or are we good? I mean, there's a little bit of movement, but doesn't seem like much. This one's good, this one's solid. No worries there, I don't think. Let me know what you think in the comments. So I didn't get too far on working on the door before I realized that, hey, I'm getting ready to do body work on this door, and I really don't know a whole lot about doing body work. Basically, all I did as a kid growing up, whenever I had my first project car that wasn't really a project car, because I didn't know a whole lot to it and I didn't know what I was doing, but literally just the body work I did was essentially sanding paint down and spraying on spray can primer. So I quickly realized I needed to devise a plan for how I was going to approach the actual bodywork on this car when it comes to whether I'm sanding it down to bare metal, using epoxy primer, if I'm going to go straight to high build primer, what grit sandpapers I'm going to use. So with digging that patio this past week, a lot of what I did in the evenings, because I was just too tired to come out and work in the garage after digging and working on the patio, was back to school. Back to school, educate myself as much as I could on the proper ways and different methods for approaching this kind of bodywork. So I do have a plan now. And just a side note real quick, I do have the entire trunk floor kit. This came from CJ Pony Parts. It's the 3-piece kit. It's the two sides with the drop down panels and then the trunk floor brace. If anybody's thinking about buying one of these and curious how it fits and how easily it is to install, we're gonna give it a go over here. Don't know how well it's gonna turn out, but we are gonna be jumping into that. Another side note, my car, my Mustang, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it is currently sitting on the jack stands that were just recalled from Harbor Freight. I don't know if you guys caught that, but the 3-ton jack stands, you have to check the serial number on them to see which ones were recalled. A massive amount of these 3-ton jack stands have been recalled because they have a tendency to disengage if the car shifts around. Keep in mind, I was underneath this car, moving it all around, sanding the underside of that car. So anyway, I'm digressing. Make sure your jack stands are safe. Look into it. How am I approaching the bodywork on the car? I've thought about this long and hard. This is the original paint job on the car. At least so far, everything points to it. There doesn't seem to be several layers of paint. We will dig into that a little more. But I am not going to be stripping this car to bare metal. Any areas of good paint, I am most likely going to be leaving on. I'm going to be doing, obviously, any rust, any areas like this, any signs of rust, going to be getting sanded down to bare metal and sanded out to make sure that it doesn't expand. But any areas that I don't have to sand, I don't think I'm going to. Everything I've researched, it's not necessary. I know this is another one of those topics. That's driving me nuts. This is another one of those topics that's a big controversy on the forums and stuff is, should you strip all the paint off or should you not? I am choosing to not strip all the paint off. Remember guys, this is my first project car. I want to get one completed and under my belt. Everything I've researched, that's an okay method to take. I don't want to do things wrong, but where I can save time and it be correct, I am looking forward to getting this thing on the road. So that is the approach I'm going to be taking. So with this door, the outside of the door is in reasonably good shape. Obviously, I'll be taking off the handle, the lock, but again, I'm basically going to block sand this, I believe, with 80 grit. And again, any areas where it looks like I need to go to bare metal, I'm going to do so. I'll inspect it carefully. Any areas I don't have to, I'll feather out. And then this will get coated in 2K, the high build primer. And we'll go from there. Even though I didn't get a lot done, we are gonna do something really cool quick. At least I think it's cool. I had a viewer reach out to me, NEF Aurora, I believe is how that's pronounced. Anyway, the guy knows his Mustangs, and he pointed out to me that the build sheet for the car is behind the instrument cluster, taped to the wiring harness. So we're gonna dive in real quick and see if we can find it. I'm also gonna share a secret with you guys about this car that no one knows but me, because you guys can't smell when you watch these videos. But in the summertime, when this car heats up, it kind of smells like somebody's dog took a dump in here. And I haven't figured out why yet. I thought for sure it would go away when I stripped the car down, and it didn't. I'll tell you what, that does not want to come out. Okay, we're back. Next day, and basically what I'm doing is the speedometer cable seems to be what is holding up the dash cluster in there. So I am trying to take whatever slack I can get from this side of the firewall and push the cable through to give myself a little more room to pull the cluster out. So then hopefully I can unscrew it from the cluster from this side. And it definitely allowed me to pull it out more, but definitely not enough. So I might have to just unscrew it from the tranny and pull it through. Another culprit is this speedo cable bracket.